Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey. Okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey girl, hey. What's going on, everybody? Hi. I hope you are doing amazing today on this good Wednesday, girl. Okay? I had to come to y'all for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta because it was good, but I also wanted to come to y'all for couples retreat, you know, and I was like, let's just combine those things since y'all basically just be stealing cast members from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta anyway, Kendra and Jacques. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and jump. Girl, why Lyric calling me like right at this moment, y'all? Like the video. Give me one moment. Okay, girl, I'm sorry I'm back. I hope you liked the video. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. How to argue. How to argue is what the episode started off. It was an exercise that Shamari helped co-host with Tony with the light eyes, okay? Apollo was in the middle of letting us know that he could control whether Shireen decided to leave him or not due to him not opening up and continuing to be a butthole. Okay, and he says, I can change, you know, I can change what I'm doing. That way she won't leave. I said, oh, is that what you meant? Or did you just see everybody's responses? Did you see everybody's responses and they red flag, you know, going up? Red flag, red flag, red flag, ding, ding, ding. Lights were blaring in everybody's mind listening to you tell us how you can control if this lady decides she wants to leave you or not. Y'all really make it unsafe out here for somebody to go and choose themselves. Y'all really make it unsafe for somebody to choose themselves, Lucius. It's exhausting. But he tried to clean it up, so we're going to let him do it. Tony asked if he cares about her feelings. Do you care about this lady's feelings at all? And he says, yes, but it takes time. If I hear it takes time one more time, like I've had it up to here. Because what it feels like, Apollo, is that you're making excuses because you don't really want to have to make these changes. And honestly, I understand that it's difficult for you, but it's really not that hard. Open up, nigga. I don't know who else you're supposed to do it with, but you're supposed to do it with the woman that you deciding to like lay up with in such things. Okay? I don't know if I got it. I don't think I got it. You've been laying up with this lady and you done sucked all the youth out this lady's face. Did y'all see the pictures of them when she was going down to the jailhouse? Bringing her daughter down to the jailhouse? And he talks about how he formed this relationship with his sons, fixed the relationship with his sons, but he still has to do that with her daughter. I'm like, yeah, 9 years in, now we have to think, girl. Girl, I was on Scrappy's live today, and it was really a reminder that it don't matter how much of a you are. If you got some type of sex appeal, you always be able to manipulate some thirsty woman into dealing with your subpar standard being ass, okay? Because you're a subpar standard ass, okay? You like to present as if you are above the national standard, as if you are exemplary in some way. Why? Because you stand up straight. Feels like the life stuff taught us that you don't have good decision making skills. Is what it feel like. It's funny how you want to promote all of this structure in your relationship with the old girl, with Shireen, but where was the structure with you going to jail several times for the same crime? Where was the structure? Where was the structure? Who was leading then? You led yourself into prison, and she's supposed to just let you take the wheel because you have a penis. Girl, I want us to free our minds, and so our asses will follow. Shireen, was it his idea for you to get the BBL? Because I feel like you did not have the BBL when we first met you. And the BBL is BBLing. I mean, it looks like somebody is going to fall off a fucking cliff. Like, you know, when the dent in between the bottom of your ass and your leg is so deep, it looked like a cliff that somebody gonna fall off of. Ah! Y'all, Fallon and Jalen argue because we're doing the reverse argument. Y'all remember this episode of Martin when they went to therapy and Martin argues, you know, with Gina once, change Martin. And then, you know, Gina was like, man, whatever. Nobody care about you. You know, you're whack. Your father's whack. Everything you want to do is lame. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, think your radio show sucks. Like that episode. That's what they was doing. So Fallon and Jalen are arguing about sex. Jalen walks over to Fallon and just grabs his ass aggressively. It was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. I don't feel like we should be here. He doesn't want to have sex when she wants to have sex. They are both pursuers, and she feels like, you know, it's better if, you know, I just pull back and I let him lead. That's what's best. And I'm just like, Fallon, I wish you would stop saying stupid shit in your confessionals, because it makes me feel like you ain't really learned nothing. Like, him leading has absolutely nothing to do with this. At the end of the day, he is a little ass boy, and you are a grown ass woman, and you need to be in a marriage and or relationship once you've healed from all of the past shit you've already been through, because you have not healed, my good girl. Painting and having a peaceful life while having avoidance issues does not mean you're fixing all of your problems. And honestly, I feel like your need to cater to this relationship is a part of your problem, and you need to fix that. You need to go and find somebody that likes you to come over and grab their ass, and then they grab your ass too, and then y'all start hunching. Listen, girl, the way you can go and find you a man that will be tossing you up the way you want to be tossed up, like, they're out there, girl. And you sitting up here wasting your time with this young man because you too scared to step out and do exactly what you need to do, which is take care of yourself first, get comfortable with your own fucking company, like yourself first. Because a lot of y'all go from relationship to relationship because y'all don't like y'all own company. Y'all don't like being alone. I get it. But yeah, you need to get over that. You need to practice some discipline when it comes to that. Because this is just sad. This is just really sad, okay? But anyway, Jacques and Kendra, they reenact their situation. He hated lying to her, you know, before he told her about the pregnancy. He went through a really hard time with that. I believe that. If he liked lying to her, he wouldn't tell her the truth all the time. I really do think that Jacques is just somebody that likes to have sex with everybody. For real. I think Jacques likes to have sex with multiple people. And I think that anybody he's in a relationship with needs to understand that about him. I think that the only requirement, Jock, should just be that you wear condoms and don't get people pregnant and don't have ignorant bitches barking up my doorway. I think it's very simple. It's not hard. Especially when a bitch probably feel like she can't really satisfy how much he wants sex anyway. Like, I'll take it when I want it, and then when you need extra, by all means. But wrap it up. Stop bringing home babies. I'm more than sure that's he and Kendra's arrangements. Okay? So, I do feel like he wants to be honest with her. I just want Kendra to stop feeling bad about choosing him. Like, we get it. You do look a fool sometimes, girl. But you really only look a fool when you pretend like you don't know what's going on. When you just stand in it, when you really just stand in it and be like, this is the situation, you know what I'm saying? I'm still choosing to be with him. Mind your fucking business. If it don't bother me, I don't know why it bother you. Like, you could just have that conversation and say that shit. And they're gonna respect your shit. They're going to, because most of them are doing the same shit. They just don't want to be honest about it. Okay? Just to keep it a buck. Shamari is pissed that Ronnie isn't there to do this exercise with her because they need to learn how to argue. And I'm like, yeah, they do. They do. They showed us at the end of the episode that they do not know how to argue, girl. They throw water balloons at a board that says anger, and they yell out the things that they are tired of arguing about, which I feel like is a really good exercise. And I feel like people should implement that with their teenagers, like their kids and their teenagers. You really should implement having time and space for them to break shit, to get out there like aggression and shit, so that has a place and a time. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have to like hold it all in or act like they're not feeling aggression or feeling angst, because I feel like you be having so many emotions going on, and there should be releases for those emotions so that they don't always consume you. And I feel like when I be seeing a lot of young black dudes, you know what I'm saying, they come off angry a lot of the times. And I feel like it's because they get frustrated not knowing how to communicate their emotions and also not getting their way. Because a lot of times y'all coddle them as boys, and then when they become teenagers, all of a sudden you want them to act as if they're responsible, but you probably hadn't been raising them to be as responsible at an early age because you feel like you should coddle boys. But you know, girl, conversations for other times. Either way, throwing at the dartboard thing was good. We need to do that. We need to implement that in life for people to have places to get their aggression off. I think that's smart. I think they did it on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta too, where the girls went and broke shit. I think that was a good idea. I want to go and do that, y'all. I want to go and shoot. Like, that's what I want to do. I just feel like it seems as if there aren't any good places to go and shoot out here. Hey, sweetheart.
What's up, baby?
So yeah, Apollo and AJ have a one-on-one because AJ is reading Apollo's Full of Shitness.
My name is Apollo.
Oh. And, babe, did you see the little bitty cage I got for Liv?
No, where is that?
It's next to Juvie's.
Nah, I saw him, but I didn't even pay attention to
Yeah.
next to him.
Yeah, she
No,
not
she
in there. She
yeah.
in the garage. I mean, she in a closet.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see her in there.
Yeah, I took him outside, and then she came running upstairs, and he was down. He was with me, so I had to put him in the kennel.
So you didn't even try it out yet?
No,
Yeah.
I was gonna wait.
Might
till-
see if she's sleeping in the night. If she's sleeping without barking at night,
She might balk for a little while, but she might get
in
over
the morning,
it.
Of course.
Yeah, she gonna balk in the
She
morning.
gonna bark in the morning, of course. But
But-
that's cool.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey, y'all. Sorry for the commercial break, but he just came home.
Commercial break.
It's alive. It's what happens. I'm not in the studio. I'm at the house. We call it the yo, but really, it's the
The
house.
stew.
Okay, it's
not
the
yo
stew.
anymore, it's the stew.
It's the stew. Why he like this? Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. Apollo and AJ, okay, full of shitness. So he needs to open up so he can heal. He says he knows that the system is meant to break you down. So when he was in prison, he was doing a lot of reading, trying to keep his mind somewhere else. And when he came home, it was as if he never left. And I'm like, nigga, you need to pick a side. Are you having issues because of you going to prison? Are you not being able to be who you should be in your relationship because of your experience in prison? Or did you do everything you were supposed to do and now it's all good? Like, what? He don't make no sense. He don't make no sense, y'all. He doesn't make any sense. Okay? It's not making sense. The math is not mathing. I am perplexed. I am confusion. Because to me, he is saying contradicting things. He says he spent 100 days in solitary confinement. I feel like you tell us stuff like that because you want us to feel sorry for you. So then we will lax on holding you accountable. I think that's what you're trying to do. He says he didn't let him break him down. Ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Okay, he says he was hurt about leaving his kids behind. That was the thing that broke his heart the most. And I'm like, listen, y'all, I need somebody to make me understand. Why were you not thinking about your kids when you were doing the illegal shit unnecessarily? Because at this point, you're really already living off of Phaedra. Phaedra already makes legal money. Y'all are on a reality show. This is an opportunity for you to make even more legal money. And you decide to go back to jail for fraudulent practices again. And you want me to believe that your first thought was about your fucking kids? I don't believe you. I think it's another opportunity for you to use something to make people feel sorry for you. He says he heard his son offering to give him his little money and then saying that he was strong and he was going to break him out of jail. Yeah, I'm so glad that Phaedra kept her kids from coming to see you in prison, because I don't know what type of unrealistic mindset they would have had experiencing you in that way. I don't know. He admits that he needs to work on asking how Shireen feels about things instead of always making decisions for her as if she's a child. It's like, nigga, go raise the kids you left behind. Don't try to raise the grown-ass woman that held everything together for 9 years while you went from prison to prison. Ooh, and you're not gonna convince me. So he says, I'm sorry, that's over. That's done with. Breezy and Chris are in a good space. They're talking about having more kids when that's not something Breezy was open to doing. Breezy said that before she never wanted to have kids with a woman. And I'm just like, I wish y'all stop saying shit that's red flags to me. Because I do, listen, y'all, I love Breezy and Chris. I feel like I see the love. I do. And I don't feel like Breezy is like trying to control Chris, but I think the way their personalities are, that's what's happening. I think Breezy is used to taking care of everybody, and Chris is somebody that needs to be taken care of. She is also somebody that easily bends to other people's will. So it's good for her to find a woman who will handle her in such a manner. But in that, it still comes off like y'all aren't two adults, but that Breezy is in a father role in y'all's relationship in some way. And I feel like when she said, I never wanted to have kids with a woman, it made me feel like you have resentment towards your mom. Like, I don't know why. I could be wrong. But when she said that, that's what that made me feel like. Why wouldn't you want to have children with another woman when you're a lesbian? It's probably because the example of a mother that you felt like you had wasn't good. So you felt like, I'm not doing this shit so somebody can leave me taking care of the kids the way I had to when I was growing up. I'm responsible for everybody, and I always have been. I don't want to be in a situation like that. And I think Chris makes her feel safe enough to want that, and then also feel like Chris is going to be, the loving mother that's not going to abandon, abuse, or put too much responsibility on her children. So it makes Breezy feel safe. But I also feel like there are some things about their relationship that I feel like we're not talking about. And that's not to say that there's anything nefarious going on or that they shouldn't be together. It's nothing like that. I think they're so sweet. But it's just something that's going on in the relationship that I feel like their personalities are reactive to each other in a way that kind of reminds me of when people are being controlled in relationships. And, they want to be controlled in some way because it takes all of the stress off of them. They're avoidant. They don't like to deal with things. So being with somebody who's controlling is suitable because you don't have to do shit for yourself. You can rely on the person that wants to do everything because they're controlling. But what ends up happening is the person that's controlling, you can't hold that up for a long time. After a while, you start to feel tired of doing everything and being in charge of everything. And so you grow resentful of your partner when they can't also hold up the shit that you've created. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to say it like that, but I oftentimes, I think, experience seeing men talk down to women because of the underlying resentment of, I have to take care of you. Even if it's not 100% their responsibility like that, they feel the pressure of it. A lot of them punk out, which is why they run away from responsibilities, because just the idea of being solely financially responsible for people, it stresses motherfuckers out. And I feel like the way I know a lot of studs and a lot of lesbians to act in their relationships, they really like to uphold heterosexual, heteronormative ideals of, what they're supposed to be in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of stud girls that feel like it's a badge of honor that they take care of a woman and her kid better than a nigga that impregnated her. But eventually that shit gets tiring because every woman, no matter whether they're a stud or not, wants to feel like they can rest at some point. They want to feel like they can depend on you at some point. They want to feel like what y'all have jointly makes what they have more, instead of them feeling like they're always doing everything and taking care of you and it's always on them. That same pressure happens to lesbian women in those same relationship dynamics. It happens. So that's why I feel like we're not really seeing a lot from their relationship that we could be seeing. But I'm also just noticing the way they're reacting to each other, But they cute. Moving along. Apollo and Shireen go to the gym. And Shireen didn't used to want to work out with Apollo because he would get very aggressive with her. Like when they were working out in the scene, he was having to control himself from saying fucked up things to her because he wanted her to keep going and she was ready to stop. Or she wasn't doing it as fast as he wanted her to do it. Like he has to be in control in the space. And when you're working out, don't nobody want to feel like that. Y'all, I'm so careful of that. Like, with Lyric, because I've been kind of on my shit longer and more consistently, so I have a little bit, I can look at him sometimes and be like, okay, you need to support yourself a little bit better. Or he'll be in there working out and I'm like, are you laying on the mat? Like I don't want you to hurt yourself. I need all your shit to work. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you having any back problems, sir. Okay? I need all of your shit to work. And so I'm, hypersensitive of you doing it the right way. But that's also like a control thing for me too. So I have to like back away and, only be like, hey, I just want to say I'm not trying to control the situation, but you may want to do da-da-da-da. I have to be very, my boyfriend is the same with driving. Yes. Absolutely. Like we would have that type of situation as well. Like, why the fuck is you driving so slow? Why are you driving in this lane? You gotta get off. Yeah, I had to just stop watching. Like when I'm in a car with him, I'll just zone out because he be driving Miss Daisy. And I don't want to be like, oh my God, why is this nigga driving so slow? And And that's how it would be. But it's the control thing. You gotta let people do how they do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let people do how they do. And that's frustrating. But I think that's something you should practice in your relationship. Noticing the shit that may bother you about your partner and figuring out whether it's because you're trying to control the situation or not. And if it is, then you need to practice letting that go in the moments when you feel that way, so that you don't make people feel like they can't be themselves with you, or just be however the fuck they want to be. Like, chill out. Anyway, so Kendra and Jacques come in. Child, the BBLs is BBLing, bitch, but Kendra's BBL is good. It's still a BBL, bitch, but Kendra's BBL is real good, girl. Okay. So they discuss Apollo needing to be patient with Shireen, his aggressive and combative behavior. Tony talked about taking the cussing and yelling out of the conversation. And that's another thing, y'all. They talked about this on Love and Hip Hop. On this show. And I feel like on Love and Marriage Huntsville, when Stormy was talking about, I feel like if people want to curse and scream and holler and whatever they need to do to move past things, they should be able to do that. And I was like, but bitch, you re-offend. Okay, I'm saying bitch is a pronoun, y'all. I'm not really calling Stormy a bitch, okay? But I'm saying, like, you re-offend. A person can't get over what they was mad about the first time if you yelling at them, cursing them out, and re-offending them in the moment. Okay? So, did I get it? No, I didn't get it. God damn it. This one that, y'all, is killing me. It's always one that. Like, no matter what. It's my time. How many times you kill these motherfuckers? It's just one that's just always gonna come back. Anyway, like I was saying, Kendra and Jacques are talking about taking yelling and cursing out of the way you talk to each other. And I don't know about y'all, but that was something that I learned very early on. Especially with me and Lyric, because I cared about his feelings so much. And he did not anger me in the same way. Like, I feel like in past relationships, people would try to, like, you trying to make me mad. You trying to play in my face. And I feel like his intention was never to agitate me. So I would have to learn how to have conversations instead of arguments. That became very easy for he and I early on, to just kind of talk about things instead of cursing and yelling at each other. We've absolutely cursed and yelled at each other, had fights, all of that, like hit each other. Well, he ain't hit me, I hit him. But, we've grown past that, okay? But either way, we've definitely had those experiences early on in our relationship. Mind you, Lyric and I have been together since I was like 20 years old, 21. So we've been together a very long time. And I think over time, I grew out of responding in that way. And in time, he learned how to communicate his feelings and say shit and not make me have to do this pulling thing all of the damn time. So, like, we both had to, like, elevate how we communicated with each other over the course of our relationship. And I think a lot of people don't know how to talk to each other. I don't care what y'all are talking about. I do realize that there are some couples that just need to curse each other out, and that's good and everything. But essentially, I feel like if you feel like you got to curse people out and scream in every confrontation that you have, you don't know how to resolve conflict. You really don't. Because a lot of the times you're not listening to nothing each other is saying. You just screaming trying to get your point across. And that shit is frustrating, and it makes the person become defensive. Kendra went to Sis's doctor. Oh, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Sis's BBL looks great, but sometimes she looks like Shaka Khan from the back to me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's great. She looks amazing. But she does look like an Instagram filter. SZA looks like, I don't know what happened. Like, I miss the days where the R&B girls didn't fuck with themselves because they were supposed to have, like, so much confidence. Like, you know what I'm saying? In their branding. Like, when I think about Mary J. Blige, when I think about Erykah Badu, Jill Scott. I mean, fuck, even Whitney. Like, there was so many. Aretha Franklin used to let them titties hang. Do you hear me? Like, it was so many black women I feel like that I grew up watching that was not letting the beauty standard at the time affect how they did they shit. And so now to see so many of the people that grew up, you know what I'm saying, in our, you know what I'm saying, like being black people and, beautiful already, to see so many of us kind of rush Maya, Ashanti, yes, all of these people that were just like naturally, beautiful people bodies just kind of got thicker as they got older, but just were always very attractive, and that was good enough. Like, it still is good enough. I don't know who lying to you. I feel like niggas is like really in the behind the scenes in the entertainment industry putting so much pressure on those girls to get those surgeries because they feel like it gives them more attention. And it might give them more attention, but I also feel like some artists should let their art speak for itself. Like, this isn't need a BBL, like, no, I think it didn't really affect her career like that. But she said she woke up one day and was like she needed some more ass. And I'm just kind of like, you could have weightlifted. Like, you could have weightlifted. Yes, Wayne did that to Nikki. Yes. Like, it just be hurting my feelings that y'all do that on such a large scale now. That the girls who sing real, heartfelt music and shit like that, like, be real artists, like, they really allow that shit to break their confidence, and people could act like that's not what it is, but to me, I feel like, okay, girl, okay. We'll just say it's a different type of confidence. How about that? Okay, but Kendra body definitely is giving scissor. It look good. It definitely looks good. If it's worth it to you, girl, I'm here for it. Nobody want to deadlift. I don't know why it's so effective in so many ways. I will continue to promote weightlifting and working out, specifically weightlifting on leg day. Okay, get your orgasm. Get them, girl. Get them. I'm gonna stop telling on myself. Whatever. Okay, so Shireen asked if Kendra wants more kids. And she says that, she'll make a decision about that in a few years, because if she was to get pregnant right now, the baby would be a closing attorney in her office with her, okay, right in the little bassinet next to her. And that was the most Jacques ever heard her talk about that. So he was kind of getting excited. Apollo says his son expressed his disappointment that he went to jail and left them. And Apollo has been showing up for his football, practices and games ever since. And, his son Aiden said, I feel closer to you now. And that's good. And Jacques says that if the kid, the children come out and they don't praise the father, then the father's hardened to their children because they receive that as rejection. So Apollo fighting past that was impressive to Jacques. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about how niggas ostracize their own kids because what they perceive as maybe indifference or unfamiliarity or your inconsistencies, like them responding to your neglect makes you, or them just responding crying and shit. That happens with mothers all the time, where the babies don't latch on automatically. All women don't feel an automatic connection with their babies just because they physically had them. That's a misconceived notion. And it really sets a lot of mothers up to feel bad about themselves when they don't have that physiological, that's what it is, physiological response. I had to get that word out. They don't have that response. You know what I'm saying? Automatically all of the time. And so for me, for Jacques to say that, I'm like, a part of the problem with that, Jacques, is that men in general have a hard time with rejection. And there needs to be some type of exercise in rejection when you are growing up. So when you become an adult, you do not take your fucking baby not, likening themselves to you as rejection. It's a baby. You have to put in time and effort to form that bond. What do you think the mothers are doing when they're taking care of the babies? They're not just with them, they're taking care of them. That naturally creates a bond with the baby that makes the baby want the mom, because that's the person that's always giving them comfort. They're not thinking it hard about it, nigga. They're not reading you for filth and deciding they don't like you. That's not what it is. They're going to go to the person that provides them the comfort, that makes them feel safe. So the fact that Jacques said that, I'm like, That's a lot of y'all niggas' problem. Y'all really be walking around low-key mad at y'all kids because they didn't respond to you with warmness when they were a fucking infant? Y'all are crazy. And y'all need to do something with your lives. You need to do something. Y'all need to go to therapy. Y'all need to do better. Y'all need to do better, because that is so sad that you would let such an infantile, childlike emotion, such an immature emotion affect the way you bond with your baby. And I feel like when Jacques said that, that spoke volumes to me. That's why he wants this baby with Kendra so much, even though he has all these fucking kids, because he thinks he's going to be with Kendra forever. So this kid, after all of the other ones, this kid will get the opportunity to get him in a full father capacity, because he's with the woman. And I want y'all to practice being present for your kids, even when you don't live in a house with them. Because I feel like y'all act like it's hard, and it's really not. Like, if she drop them off at school, you pick them up, do their homework with them. Make sure they do it, make sure they get cleaned up. Drop them off at their mama house at night, go to sleep. Okay, she bring them to school in the morning, or whatever the fuck you gotta do to be present every day and let your kid know that two people are pouring into them, versus this bullshit that y'all be on feeling like you can tap in and tap out, and when them kids don't really have no affection for you, now you mad. Like, that's weird. Y'all are weird. You really do feel like you don't have to create the bond, and it should just be there. And Apollo, I also feel like you going to fucking football games is cute and everything, but that's still probably not enough, and your kid is cutting you slack, because it's better than not having you at all. But to be real, you should really more so be comparing the amount of parenting you're doing to the amount of parenting that Phaedra is doing. The amount of parenting that Shireen is doing. But y'all don't want to do that, because y'all feel like women are the only ones that are supposed to be fully present and parenting their children all the time. You feel like you should be able to tap in and out. That's not what's up, bro. That's not cool. Grow up. Damn, that's pretty smart. I never thought about it like that. Listen. When I heard it, it was like ding, 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 ding. As soon as I was like, wait a minute, what did he say? Ran that shit back like, wow, that's what it is. And that makes sense, because a lot of dudes really do be responding like that. I don't know if y'all noticed, they get jealous of how the mom has to take care of the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you not doing for me the way you doing for the baby, that type of shit. I want you to love me the way you love our son. Y'all have heard niggas say shit like that. LaQuaisha, thank you for the super chat. Every time I look myself in the mirror, I be asking myself, should I get a BBL? Because the current weight is in struggles time. Girl, stop playing with me and get off my line with that, LaQuaisha. Anyway, Ronnie is on an early flight to show Shamari that he loves her. Okay, Ronnie. Placement. Timing and placement. Okay. So Tony Rock comes and does some offensive lame-ass jokes to piss everybody off. And Fallon was like the only person that really took it hard and started crying and fleeing from the fucking scene because he called her Stella. It's like, it's because you really know that you're in this relationship so that you can in some way take advantage. I'll say it like that. That's why. And it's not because you really like, you're not forcing yourself on this young man, okay? Because he's still physically stronger than you. But what I do think is happening is you're in this relationship with Jalen because he's young, it's easier, and you have now convinced him it's his responsibility to take care of you instead of you having to figure out how to take care of yourself without a man. Because in all honesty, I don't know if that's what you're doing, but I think that's what you should be doing. I don't think you should have got engaged, got pregnant, and been trying to pour yourself into a relationship with Jalen because you hadn't healed from the shit that happened with Simon. Like, come on. You're still hurt behind that. So I just kind of feel like that just wasn't a good decision as a whole. And you probably do feel a way about it. what's going through my fingers. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's how my ex-husband felt about me caring for my newborn. I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? Listen, some men will ask women with kids who comes first, me or the kids. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? The kids should be first to both of us, you nut. Ninjas be jealous of babies. Like, Ninja, you grown. Like, exactly. A baby is vulnerable. Your grown ass is grown. They really have a hard time understanding that you shouldn't still be treated like a child once you're an adult. Like, they have a hard time with that transition. And I feel like it's because people aren't really forcing them to make that transition over time. I think especially with men, because of the way society is built, as they grow older in a lot of situations, they're allowed to just do what the fuck ever. It doesn't create any real self-responsibility if you know that you don't really have to do the things that you're tasked with doing, because people are going to give you a pass because they like you and you're a boy and all this other shit, you know. That's why I feel like cleaning should be a responsibility. Like, I feel like a lot of people, you know, especially like Maurice on Love and Marriage Huntsville, you don't understand because you think cleaning is woman's work, and that's stupid. But you don't understand how teaching your child to take care of his surroundings is what teaches him the discipline to be able to do other things. Like, I don't know if y'all recognize, but that's what y'all do to girls. Y'all what do y'all give girls for fucking birthday presents and Christmas and all of that? Brooms and mops and little cute fake vacuum cleaners. Girl, I had all that growing up and I wanted it too. Kitchens, washing machine and dryer. Like, that's the shit y'all were giving as toys to girls. So girls were understanding along the way, these things are going to be my responsibility. So by the time they get to a certain age, it's not hard or lost on them that I have to do certain things in order to make sure my surroundings are nice and clean the way they should be. Boys don't. That's why boys are allowed to be so trifling, because they're not taught that. They're not taught that you should be cleaning up and here's a broom and a vacuum for you as a child, because that's for little girls. Why is that? Why are little girls the only ones being trained since 6 to clean up after themselves? Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, the whole setup in pink. Right. And I think it's more so to teach young women that that's their job so men don't have to do it. But then y'all won't have fucking 50-50 conversations. Girl, wait for us to get into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Like the video. Mr. Sister Hot Pussy, thank you for the super chat. Love you. Sorry off topic, but have you seen the clips of Jackie O's funeral? Oh, child. Yes, I have. Thank you so much for that. I feel like y'all seen the Ooh Ladies first panel. I gave my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to continue to watch them people funeral because I feel like we shouldn't have been watching it anyway. But anyway, y'all, so Ronnie shows up and Shamari got a stank ass attitude. She's not receptive. She's not excited. And to be honest, I feel like I'm annoyed that anybody expects her to be. This is what you do all the time. You leave and come back and I'm supposed to be excited? I'm supposed to be excited that you came home when I told you not to leave, when I didn't want you to leave? Like, I knew you were coming home. No surprise there. But you still left. You still let me know what was most important to you. I love how the Wayne said their mom taught the boys how to cook, clean, and sew. Child, that's what's up. I love that. Well, maybe not all girls. My daughter mom raised her to focus solely on school. Now she's 19 and I constantly have to tell her that she's the oldest to take care of herself. Yeah, not every. Y'all know I'm making a generalization, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know that there's some trifling women out here, right? There are some dirty bitches out here. There's some dirty, you know, and it's because they're not raised to be clean. And that's what I'm saying. But I feel like a lot of times in a lot of households, if there's a boy and a girl, people are more inclined to teach the girl that it's her responsibility to keep up a certain amount of cleanliness versus the boy. And, I was using that example on Love and Marriage Huntsville, because I feel like that's like the perfect example of that shit. Like, you feeling like your son shouldn't have to do anything. My husband admitted that he was jealous of the attention I gave our boys. I told him that if there was more equity in how we parent, he'd have more of my attention. Change his outlook. Like, I have to do all of these things because you're not doing them. Maybe if you spend some time with these kids, then we could spend more time with each other. Take something off my list of things to fucking do. Well, maybe not. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Hold up. I read that one. That's why my mom broke up with my dad. He was having a negative influence on my brother. My grandfather had to correct my brother. Child, these niggas is problematic. Teaching these little boys to be problematic is exhausting. Nope, that's why I'm a tomboy now. Mom kept me with cars, but I refuse to let my son be nasty. You need to know how to care for yourself and your home. Exactly. To me, it's a human thing. Like, my dad taught all of us how to do that as well, y'all. Like, my dad was very much equal opportunity when it came to cleaning up behind yourself. Like, everybody got to get it. He was clean too. My daddy was a very clean person. So I didn't even experience men being trifling like that until I started dating and niggas was moving into my apartments and shit. She don't want that man no more. It's done. I don't think Shamari wants Ronnie either. Ronnie was trying, they was trying to have a conversation. He come in there with that ugly ass jacket on. Okay. She feels like he wants a cookie for just showing up and not doing any of the real work. And I'm like, most niggas. Like, then he wants to talk about a budget. He says it's her way or the highway, and then he goes to bed. I think he does a lot of flipping shit on her. Like, I really think it's your way or the highway. I don't think it's Shamari's way or the highway. Because if that was the case, Shamari will be getting more of what she wanted out of this situation. You're not bothered by this arrangement. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I feel like what you were telling her in that moment is that if you're going to keep complaining about my traveling schedule, then we need to talk about how much money you spending, because I'm traveling so I can pay for your lifestyle. When we really know you're traveling because your group is always fucking touring. Because a lot of them probably don't have your same setup. A lot of them probably have, they're either single or their women have issues with it as well and just don't complain. I don't know. But I just feel like, Bobby, Ronnie, Ricky, Mike, all them niggas is always touring. All the time. That's what they do. And you don't want to miss out on any shows. But I still feel like it's not even just about that. I feel like when you are home, you don't lighten her load. You don't give her what she needs in the meantime to supplement for when you're gone. You know what I'm saying? They're all married. I didn't realize they were all married. I don't know why I felt like, girl, that's probably because I used to always have a little crush on him. Except for Johnny. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I know people had wives, but you know how people, you don't be keeping up with people's personal lives. I don't know. Y'all all still married? I don't know. But Shamari seems to be fed up with the treatment. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of times when women are complaining about, you're not doing the work, you're not spending quality time, it's not just about you not being there. It's also about the quality of the time that you do spend when you are there. The rest of them don't have small kids, though. Boom. There it is. Thank you. That's what it is. There had to be a difference. There has to be a damn difference, girl. There's the difference. Thank you for that. Okay. But with that being said, child, they got into an argument and he walked away and she was like, go ahead, because I'm tired too. Get out of my face just like you want me to get out of your face. Go on away from me with this. Yeah, me. Yeah, that's me. Michael Bivins? Yeah. Had a nice little crush on Michael Bivins, okay? Sunglasses, okay? Poked out mouth. Strong but silent type. My type. Okay? That's my type. My type. That's my type. Ronnie needs to cool it now. Got to cool it now. I hate y'all for making me do that shit. Anyway, okay, y'all. So let's go ahead. Bobby has small kids, but I feel like Bobby's old lady is also his manager, so she probably travels with him a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Their situation is different. I also feel like the way Bobby was in his relationship with Whitney and the way he's in his relationship now, I think he had more experience in having to give in his relationships. Ronnie seems to have been in control of his relationship for much of it, being the older one, being the more famous one, being the man. So it kind of feels like in the ways that Bobby might be willing to give at this point, emotionally, sexually, mentally, to his partner, I don't feel like Ronnie may be able to give in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something about Bobby that makes me feel like because of the way, Bobby's lost a lot. Like, I just think Bobby's different at this point in his life. And I feel like him and that lady's relationship seems to be very good. And I think it's because he's been through so much. You know what I'm saying? By his doing and hers as well, But yeah, I feel like it shows more growth. Like, I guess because I feel like a lot of times when you've been through a lot of things and there's growth there, I think Bobby has had that. Where I don't feel like Ronnie has actually had that. You know what I'm saying? No shade. I don't watch Couples Retreat. I'm over here patiently waiting for Love Hip Hop was a good season opener. It was. It's not shade. I feel you. But we got to get y'all into the room. It's 558 of y'all in the room. We about to get into it. I hope you're ready. Okay, but you can't play. Come on now. Some of these topics are just universal, and that's why I like to talk about it, because they be universal topics. Y'all gotta pay attention to the shit that I be pulling out. We don't just be talking about them. We be pulling it out, girl. We be making examples and shit. Okay, but I feel you. Let's move on. I can agree, but Ronnie should understand his wife is way younger. Yeah, I feel like he definitely doesn't give allowance for the space that she's in versus the space that he's in. Which is different with that 20-year difference, okay? Because I believe Shamari's in her 30s and he's in his 50s, close to it. So yeah, it's a huge difference. Anyway, so y'all loving hip hop. Let's get into it. Can I just say I was so happy that I didn't see a lot of Yandy. I'm sorry, Yandy. But when you decided to come into Atlanta and act like you was about to take over this franchise as if you was giving something on yours, I was feeling away, girl. I'm always happy to see you still getting your check. Don't get me wrong. But I don't need for you to come from New York and make this your show, because no. Okay? Just because no. You never was given like that. You are a B character on these reality shows for me. And that's no disrespect, because you are very impressive as a person. But it usually go like that. People who got more sense, y'all don't be that good on these reality shows like y'all think y'all be. It's because you got sense. You know what I'm saying? So don't take no shade to it. But I'm really happy that they didn't do what they did when y'all came back off the pandemic, putting you in this cast and then making us see you all them times. Girl, okay? Spice had emergency surgery because she had sepsis. Spice said she died on October 31st, 2022, and God gave her a second chance. And I'm here for it. But at the same time, Spice, I felt when you went and got the BBL, this is what I be talking about. So we gonna act like the sepsis didn't have nothing to do with the BBL? Because wasn't she going to get, fixes to her tires? Wasn't her tires getting flat? And she was going to get her, put some air in them fucking tires? Girl, y'all know what I'm talking about. The girls got to go and get their shit rehabbed at some point. And they've had a BBL for a little while. They got to go and, get shit touched up. But whatever the sepsis, they showed us the pictures. I don't feel like you got sepsis from nothing. Yeah, no, Spice didn't need a BBL. Spice already had a big old ass. And for some reason, went and got surgery on herself. I'm sure because that's what the thing to do was. And that's what I'm talking about with this fucking culture of, oh, that's what everybody doing. So let me go and have a BBL or go and have some unnecessary surgery to my body and damn near die. And then cry to everybody about how God gave me a second chance. Let me tell you something, bitch. Don't you go under the knife again. Don't you do nothing else to your damn body. Because you didn't need to do nothing from jump. Them girls was paying to get a body like you already had. So what if you had a little stomach? Take your ass to the damn gym. Y'all be so scared to work out when at the end of the day, you should want to work out because it's going to help your stage endurance. You should want to be at the gym on the treadmill and lifting weights and shit to make sure your shit tight. It's going to make it easier when you busting into splits and humping men from in the air Like y'all like to do at the Jamaican shows. Y'all know they just like to jump in the air and then jump on top of a person. They like to throw themselves at each other. They do all kind of crazy shit. And the way she do damage on her body. Have y'all seen like the shit that Spice be doing? That's why I was so mad at her for doing that. I was like, girl, you jump in the air and land on people. Why are you doing that to yourself? And she got sepsis, damn near died, had us worried online for days. Yeah, a lot of y'all wasn't posting about Spice the way I seen y'all posting about other people. But keep acting like I be tripping, right? I be reaching. Okay. I just pay attention to society. I just pay attention to social media. That's all. That's all I do. But I damn sure was one of the people that was checking like what's going on with Spice. What's happening with Spice. We're worried. Because we didn't know what was going on. And I damn sure saw a few posts here and there. But it y'all know what it wasn't like. Y'all know what it wasn't like. I ain't gonna say nothing, but y'all know what it wasn't like. Spice definitely tried to act like she wasn't going to get more surgery. Like, to me, omitting how you got the sepsis lets me know you went and got some, unnecessary surgery. What's daggering? What's daggering? Is that what it called when you jump in the air and then hop on top of somebody? Ooh, girl. All my hips be hurting looking at that. I guess Lizzo proving that it could be done. Exercise on a treadmill wasn't enough to see how she keeps herself in a position to be a great performer. It definitely helps. Beyonce taught us that years ago, girl. Destiny Child used to be on the treadmill in heels talking about say my name when they was running. Okay? Yeah. It definitely is better for your stage presence. Mad at y'all jeopardizing y'allselves being a sad fucking day in my life. If something would have happened to y'all, I would have been upset about that. Like, I'm just saying, like, I would have been upset in general. I don't like to see that happen to anybody, like, as a human. But, like, I really would have been upset if Spice would have passed because of surgery, y'all. Like, that shit really would have hurt my feelings. So I'm glad that she's okay. But I want her to stop playing in our face, first of all. Keep it a fucking buck. And don't get no more surgery. And I feel like I low-key, feel like you may not have wanted to say what surgery you were getting when you got the sepsis because you didn't want, talking about it was a hernia. Because I don't think you wanted, I don't think you want people to know that you got surgery or that you were getting surgery because you're going to get more surgery. Like, yes, it's side effects. Leaking in the whatnots. Look at Meg. She stays in the gym. And my girl looks good with a T on the end. Okay? Child, this summer, we ain't even got in. Have we gotten into summer yet? It has not been what it's supposed to be without her. Like, Act Bad was cute, but it ain't give what it was supposed to give. Where's Doja? Look, I need some rap girl to do something good for me, okay? Mind it is true that Kirk cheating on Rashida and having that side baby was only a storyline. I don't think so. I think Kirk actually did have that baby with that girl. I don't think that they would have faked something like that. Like, why? They were just coming off of a situation. So that didn't make sense for me. Like, I really don't think that, y'all. I think we like to think that they were faking everything. But I don't think they were, y'all. Kirk was in them streets at the time. Kirk was absolutely in them streets at the time. But it was with another woman. Child, I think it was more than that. I think it was a storyline. He doesn't even post that baby. That doesn't mean that it's a storyline because he don't post that baby. Because there's some older kids that were absolutely his that we ain't hear about and he ain't see for years. Cannon is definitely his. Yeah, I feel like that little kid is his. That would be weird as fuck for y'all to actually have him like a part of the show for seasons after that and he not really his kid. The real girl didn't want to be on TV. That might have been the situation, but I think that kid is his and I'm going to just leave it at that. But anyway, y'all, so Kirk and Rashida are still being asked how their relationship still works after all these years. I also hate Kirk's hair. I hate the fact that Rashida and Kirk were both in a building with jet black fake hair. I don't know what was going on. Lyric was like, babe, that's Kirk real hair. And I'm like, but it looks so strange. It looks so weird. It looked like he been partying all night long. It is daylight. That's what it looked like. It looked like he should have a pair of slacks on and some dress shoes. But it definitely don't look like I came up in the 90s. Like, this is embarrassing. I don't know why you niggas think that jet black dye look good. Like, I don't know why y'all think that. I don't know what. I'm gonna leave y'all alone about it. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Keep y'all bad advice about that shit away from my husband. Let my husband salt and pepper and let the grades come into his fucking beard and he look like a sexy ass regular person. I don't want him looking like if he sweat, he gonna be leaking all over my fucking interior. Like, no. Okay? Anyway, Rennie Rucci and her dude broke up, but she doing alright. Kendra and Jacques are on Hype Hair magazine. Jacques has blonde hair. Child, it look good, Jacques. You look good. I wish you would get in better shape. I do. Because I feel like if you got in better shape physically, it would be cute. I think it's unfair for Kendra to have a BBL body, but you sitting over there with a dad body. Like, I just feel like that's unfair. I think you need to hit up that ab section a little bit harder. Especially if you're gonna be out here with blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, cuten up for us, nigga. Jeez. You know? Anyway, Erica is there looking mad, as she always do. She another one that should have left her fucking body alone over there looking weird and shit. Chaotic is there with Scrappy since he moved to Atlanta. Y'all, I don't like Chaotic, but I like him. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling because I know he got a problem. Like, I know he ain't right. Like, I know he problematic, but I still like him. And I think he looks really good with the new teeth and the short hair. But the whole princess treatment shit, yeah, I don't like none of that. I don't like none of that. Listen, I ain't going for none of that, okay? Erica, Kirk, Rashida, and Rennie are talking about Bambi giving Scrappy an opportunity to come home, but he is acting like he ain't got no fucking sense. And that's because he out here in these streets talking to these. Okay, so now Bambi has filed for divorce. The way Kirk was like, this nigga about to lose everything and he don't realize what he have. And I'm like, he's gonna walk into that good night on his own. He's gonna walk into that good night on his own. And every bitch he be with thereafter, he's gonna compare it to Bambi. Because until he do right by her, everything he think about gonna fail. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't like Bambi, but what we not gonna do is act like Scrappy is not, unfortunately, a piece of shit. Like, it's annoying to me because, y'all, I love me some Scrappy. Like, I hate it. Okay, that's what I was talking about. I got on his live today and I was like, a bitch is gonna always want to fuck you. So you always gonna be able to get away with being an ain't shit ass nigga. And I hate it for you. Cause you so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's a part of Scrappy that I really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the years. Okay, it's not even just him being attractive. But he, you know, he would have his moments. He's funny or he was sweet. Wasn't a complete asshole. The older he gets, the worse he has gotten. And I don't understand how we got here, Scrappy. I don't understand how you have not grown up and evolved at this point. I really, really don't. And it's so unfortunate, okay? Scrappy is flirting with Erica Banks because Erica Banks is there. Rennie Rucci got beef with Erica Banks for whatever reason, girl. I do not know. Rennie said it ain't her beef. She don't know the bitch. She ain't got a problem. Well, you mentioned the beef. Erica did not. Rashida said somebody is a thirst pot. I didn't know whether Rashida and her bang wig was talking about Erica Banks or talking about Scrappy. I hope she was talking about Scrappy because at the end of the day, why is it thirsty? Because she flirting with him. He flirting with her. I'm just saying. Anyway, then we see Bambi going to see her divorce attorney, and we see a montage of the ups and downs in their relationship. And now it's a wrap. It's a wrap, and it should be. It should be, y'all. When that nigga told her at the end of the episode, you let one little thing have you throw our relationship. I said, one little thing. One little thing. Let me tell you something. Lyrically, our fucking electricity go off one time. Our water, something like that. Something like way, way, way back when we was still renting and we was still boyfriend and girlfriend. When I tell y'all, bitch, I ain't never let him forget that. That never happened again. I'm just trying to say, y'all, like, and we was young. We was like 20 something. So when shit happened like that, listen, something happened recently. And it's just because I be having so much shit going on. I be losing track. I forget shit. Listen, the electricity almost got turned out this month because I forgot. But it ain't my fault. The way they send out bills is not right, okay? I feel like they be trying to fuck over you.
Almost?
Huh? Almost. They was going to disconnect it and I paid it. But
I don't know if you remember, baby.
No, it was about to happen this month. Okay? I remember when it happened like 2 months ago. I remember. I was here. Okay?
He said I was here.
I forgot. They be fuck y'all. They so aggravating because they don't bill you every month. They skip months and you'll go and look and nothing's there and then you look 15 days later and now it's 2 bills and you ain't paid the shit. Like what, bitch? I didn't even get where's the email? That was a mistake though, y'all. That don't happen often. Y'all gotta cut a bitch some slack when shit only happened like one time in their whole adulthood and they just was overwhelmed. Like I feel like I get one overwhelmed, y'all. I get one. Okay? But outside of that, these bills get paid, bitch. Like shit is on auto pay. The only reason the energy bill not on auto pay is because they play too many fucking games. They play too many games. Do you hear me? They play too many games. I would never set that shit up on auto pay for me to wake up one day and y'all done took $800 out of my bill because something wrong with y'all. Girl, listen, the way energy like to play with people bill, you got to go down there and be like, y'all overcharged me. And then they going to be like, oh, well, we just going to credit it to your bill instead of giving you your money back. No. So we just going to wait and get the bill, bitch. But I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, but see, Verizon, auto pay. Cox Cable needs to be on auto pay, but I don't like them enough to put them on auto pay. My motherfucking car notes, auto pay. Okay? Okay, I'm not trying to be irresponsible. I understand. I get it. Okay? But at the end of the day, the way Scrappy let his wife and 3 kids get kicked out of their house because he wasn't paying his half of the bills, even though we know he probably could, but decided not to force her into that situation. Oh, you don't want to be with me? You don't want to do what I want you to do? You don't want to keep overlooking my disrespect, my cheating, and me not doing what you need me to do? You ain't going to keep overlooking that? Oh, all right then, bitch. I ain't going to give you your half of the rent. First of all, the fact that y'all been married all this time, 3 children, and that nigga has not secured a home for you, a property that y'all own, is insane to me. Y'all been living in Georgia all y'all lives, Scrappy, and you mean to tell me all the times you done had all that fucking money going in and out your hands, and all of these people around you, Rashida, Kirk and them buying property, having houses, Candy and them, Toya and them, T.I. and them, all of these people you around own property, and y'all are the only ones on this, and they're not the only ones on the show, but you know what I'm saying. Y'all like fully grown ass people and haven't built anything, have nothing to show for your relationship with 3 fucking kids, bitch. Yeah, that was on you, Bam. Bam, that was on you, girl. You should have did better than that. You should have required way more early on, but now you know better. Now you know better. Okay, hopefully you don't make these mistakes again. Sometimes the young girls gotta learn because we are conditioned to let shit slide. We are conditioned to let shit slide and to think that having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. So a bitch gonna take what she got and work with it. That's what she tells herself until she gets to 35, damn near 40 years old, and turn around and ain't got shit to show for it. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but that's the most irresponsible bullshit I have ever seen in my life. For young Merlot to have all this money coming in and out of his hands since he was a fucking teenager, and you have yet to own, purchase, or buy a piece of property so that you can sustain your damn life. It shows me that you don't have any discipline, you don't have any self-control, there's no accountability, and you feel as if you can just go about your life doing the bare minimum, which gets you a pat on the back in our society. I believe every fucking thing that Bambi said. I was outdone. She said he did not pay his half of the rent, so we got to move out the house we've been living in since I had my first baby. Girl, I'm going to let y'all go because I just can't right now. Yandy, Sierra, Rashida, Erica, Jessica White. Jessica White joins the cast. Girl, Jessica is another one that's just not waking up. Bitch been asleep. Now she waking up. She thought Nick Cannon was the one. Now she realized he was lying. He never really wanted to be with her like that. He was over there building a harem and ain't tell her nothing about it. She had a whole miscarriage. And after her miscarriage, found out that he had 11 bitches pregnant at one time. Just disrespectful, caught off guard, found out in the public. No real reverence for her. Why do y'all do that? Like, why do y'all be so careless with these women? Why? Why when you can just be honest and tell the woman what your, how you really feel about her? It's because you want to be able to manipulate and control. So you make somebody feel like you really love them, and then you don't show them no real respect. Because the real respect would have been giving all of these women a heads up before you decided to pop up with babies. The fact that you feel like you don't have to give them a heads up or talk to them every time you bring another child into this situation as if it doesn't affect them is insane to me. And it's allowed. And you know why it's allowed? Because Nick Cannon got a little bit of fame and a little bit of money. More than me, but still. Not enough to not have to beg them people for his show back. So, and we thought you was better than that. Anyway, girl, he treated Jessica White like shit. Jessica White is over there a victim of a narcissistic personality, it seems. So I ain't gonna beat up on the girl too bad. It's unfortunate. Erica cries about Safari torturing her and lying. Girl, you just running off the same fucking scripts every time we see you. Every time we see Erica, she got the same boot in her mouth, them big ass horse teeth, and the same, he literally tortured me. When are you gonna stop allowing it, Erica? When are you gonna stop allowing it, Erica? Like, I get it, girl. We get it. To be digmatized and married. Oh, my God. So tough. So hard. It's hard to let go. I know, girl. I know. But if he's dogging you out to this degree, if he's this disrespectful, if he's this ain't shit, then for you to still at this point be upset, crying and upset and wanting us to feel bad for you, I'm kind of feeling like I'm done. See, to me, this is the difference between being bitter and not, and just being over a nigga mistreating you. Because y'all always, because how people always be trying to call Melody? Y'all know they always try to call Mel bitter because she don't see it for Martell because of the shit that be going on between her and Martell behind the scenes, right? Just like he tried to do in that last episode. Oh, she don't want to shake my hand, so she's being difficult and I still got her back. Bullshit, nigga. You was trying to take that lady kids. You don't have nobody's back. Cut it out. You out here trying to put out a sex tape on that lady and act like she was just out here bobbing down on random fools and recording the shit. Like, no. But that's what y'all do, y'all. Y'all make it seem like Mel bitter. But to me, Erica is bitter. Erica's bitter. And Erica's bitter because Erica is unwilling to move on. Where's the new nigga, Erica? Find a new nigga. The fact that you have not found a new nigga yet tells me that you still over here bitter and upset about Safari being ain't shit. And he been ain't shit for a while, girl. Since before you had the second baby. We don't know what to tell you no more. Anyway, they was breaking shit. They had a beautiful moment amongst the women. It was cute. Kirk, Chaotic, and Scrap have a moment amongst the men. Kirk was like, once y'all come out here to my property and let's ride on some ATVs. Scrap show up like a 20-year-old down to his auntie house for some food. Show up cute. Okay? Oh my God. Oh my God. People are so weird, y'all. Why y'all didn't tell me that somebody was in the comments saying the same thing over and over again? Yeah, why y'all didn't tell me that? I would have been blocked them. I didn't even see that. Child, not the people in the comments ignoring you like I was ignoring you. I appreciate y'all for that. Nigga was like, child, duh, and the fuck? What are we surprised? What are we surprised? Like, oh my gosh, y'all are bored. Child, I've been screaming it. I wasn't even paying attention. Y'all. I'm glad I wasn't paying attention. I ain't got no moderators in the room tonight. That is crazy. That is so unfortunate. I blocked her. We done. I don't know why you keep repeating shit that don't nobody care about. That's so weird. Anyway. Okay, that's like saying, bitch, your name got blue in it. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all, listen. Somebody got him? Okay. So, moving on from there, y'all. Kirk and Rashida are having a tasting for the new menu at Frost Bistro. I'm so glad we didn't have to see they ignorant ass children. They want to do a brunch. Hold up, wait. I don't want to skip shit. I was talking about the ATV, right? They in the country let off some steam. Scrappy said Bambi filed for divorce. Bambi doesn't appreciate him. He was talking to Diamond and Bambi saw it. When Chaotic said, and she stopped talking to you for that, I was like, nigga, you better have been being sarcastic, talking about, oh, she stopped and she left you just because you was talking to your ex and trying to fuck her? Like, really? And then you was talking to the girl that played you to the left and left you for dead, like Mama D said. Like, shit wasn't cool between him and Diamond. So it's crazy that you over there having whatever you got going on with Diamond, but you not taking care of your responsibilities as a man with your wife and your children. You mad weird. Y'all think they was talking about Erica? Oh, I thought they were saying you're. I thought I saw you're like me. But even though so, bitch, you say that way so many times. You're weird. Out of here. Okay, out of here. I do believe that Erica is one of those, gay for pay. I feel like being nasty bisexual women. I think you are bisexual. Just because you don't always like have relationships with women doesn't mean you're not bisexual. The act of being bisexual is being sexually attracted to both, not having a relationship with both at all times. Okay, but a lot of people don't like to identify like that long term. They like to all of a sudden turn over a new leaf and act like because they had some fucking kids all of a sudden we ain't seen them slapping some girl down a few seasons ago. But me personally, I feel like let live and let live, girl. I ain't got nothing to say about what y'all got going on. But either way, I feel like the way Kirk didn't say anything, and then Kirk was like, I'm appreciating Kirk's old nigga wisdom. I am. Kirk was like, he decided not to say anything to Scrappy because he knew that Scrappy would view it as him taking Bambi's side. And I'm like, if that's all you worrying about, then you really missing the point. Like, the fact that you feel like it's you versus her, you're missing the whole point. And it feels like you're sabotaging the relationship. It feels like the way you are ruining your relationship with Bambi is out of the fact that being in marriages, being a father, being a husband is hard. It requires discipline. It requires patience. It requires you not being selfish. It requires you not always putting your immediate needs above your wife and your children and what is best for y'all. A lot of you niggas never experienced that growing up, so you have no idea how to provide what it is you are trying to give in a marriage and as a father. It's cute and everything until you actually have to start being it. When you have to be there even when you don't want to be there. When you rather be somewhere getting fucked up with your friends in a club with some girl clapping her cheeks in your face. But instead you need to be here helping your wife with y'all 3 young children because she's tired and she needs the help. Because it's a lot. And because she also has to work because y'all are doing 50-50. And in doing 50-50, That means that a little bit more should be given when it comes to taking care of the kids, being there, being consistent, communicating. And the thing that makes me mad is that I feel like we all can tell that Scrappy does not have the fucking discipline that is required to be a patient and present parent with any of his kids. I don't care what E-Money says. I don't care what Mama D says. I don't care what he says. What he has shown us over the years is somebody that will do right for a moment until they don't feel like it anymore. And all of that will go out of the window. They will be selfish and make decisions that they want to make, regardless to whether that's going to harm the people that they say that they love. It's exhausting. And you've been doing it for years. Talking about he knows that Bambi done told him fake news. All because Chaotic was like, you need to just go and write her a song and get her back. They see the value in Bambi. So they're like, you don't need to lose somebody that you have those children with, that loves you, that wants to be with you. You don't need to lose somebody like that, Scrappy. It's cold out here. And that girl been holding you down. Meaning that girl been dealing with you, showing up subpar for a long time. And now she's asking you to stop showing up subpar. And at some point you have to grow up. And you're refusing to. You're refusing to. But the thing for me is that people coddled you the whole fucking time. When you had your shit going on. Remember Rashida and Kirk? You didn't want to get involved. Remember Rashida and Kirk? Y'all didn't want to get involved when Scrappy wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. But now everybody wants to act like he's supposed to have grown from this point. Now Rashida is all aggravated with Scrappy. But I can remember Rashida making a lot of excuses for Scrappy early on. So if nobody in the community is holding niggas accountable in their 20s and in their 30s, why do you think by the time they get to their 40s, they're going to be all of a sudden what they need to be? I feel like Kirk got browbeat into appreciating what he had. I think Kirk, being a nigga that probably pretended to be cooler than he really was, over the years of being browbeat online about the way he treated Rashida, nobody wants to see themselves like that if they have anywhere near heart for their wife. They don't want to be seen like that. After they are done being angry at their wife for whatever they mad at her about and they realize the real value that she offers, that's what I feel like happened with Kirk. Kirk realized me and Rashida are not better apart as far as I'm concerned. Rashida would be able to go on, make her money, be on reality TV without Kirk. I don't know if Kirk would have that same success without Rashida. And I think he recognized that along the way. He also recognized that she loved his raggedy ass. Staying with him when he had that baby on her probably made him value her more. I hate to say it, but he knew he was fucked up for that because he was trying to prove that their baby wasn't his. So then you turn around and get some random bitch pregnant. And now I'm still with you and still working it out with you and still trying to figure out how we gonna handle this situation, even if I'm still upset with you. All of those things that happened made Kirk value Rashida. That's why he feels the way he does now. But it was also the perspective. He gained the perspective. Scrappy doesn't have any perspective. And I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't. But also, you know, Kirk is just now coming to these conclusions within the last few years. And he is still much older than Scrappy. So maybe Scrappy will be 50 finally fucking getting it. I don't know. But anyway, Kirk and Rashida have the tasting for the Frost Bistro for the brunch menu. They do the brunch. Chaotic was rapping to Erica Banks, trying to flirt with her, and she was rapping back. They was cute. They was cute. I was here for it. Bambi is not amused by Chaotic because she saw him on a red carpet joking with Scrappy, talking about healing, you know, kind of laughing about the situation. And Bambi just decided to unload her emotions on Chaotic. I didn't like that she did that because however your nigga is, that ain't got nothing to do with Chaotic. But I also understand, and it's exactly what I'm saying, the fact that the community, that a nigga homeboys, none of his friends hold him accountable, it means he's going to be whack. Like, even my homeboys, like, I didn't even notice. My homeboy told me at one point, his homeboys, all of the dudes we went to school with, they all went to school together. We went to sister brother schools when we were growing up. All of us, some of us went to the same church together, so we have connections with each other from me and my best friend's friendship, and then me and some of his friends have our friendships from church and other shit, right? So we're a circle of people that have grown up around each other. My homeboy told me that when they thought he was being a fuck nigga and he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing by his first baby mama, when they thought that it was him and not her, they showed up to his house and they beat his ass because they thought he was being a deadbeat, because that's not what they do. As a group, they're not deadbeat niggas. And they're not going to have friends that are deadbeat niggas. They hold each other accountable, which is why they're a better grade of men. Because it's not just one of them that's a good guy. It's all of them that hold each other accountable to not be deadbeats. So when you see niggas like Chaotic and them so scared to step on Scrappy's toes and hurt his fucking feelings and nobody holds him accountable, that's how we got here. That's how we got here. On some slick shit. Besides Mama D's terrible upbringing, it's also the people that, the company he keeps that never holds him accountable for his actions. Mind you, my friend was not being a deadbeat. That's just what they thought. He wasn't being a deadbeat. That's just what they thought. And they still beat his ass. Okay? I was just like, I wish they wouldn't have been violent with you, but I appreciate the accountability. And the solidarity. And even he understood it. He was like, I respect it, because we not no bum ass niggas. So, if it was one of us, I would want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be held accountable. Like, child, I be low key flexing on that stupid ass. It's my best friend. Anyway, I feel like I always saw that in him. That's why we were so close growing up. You know what I'm saying? I always saw like that rational, responsible, accountable human being in him, which is why we were so close. But yeah, so the fact that Bambi was feeling a way, I low-key understand why she was feeling that way. And I also appreciate Chaotic for allowing her the space to get her emotions out, because even though she was kind of, it was displaced, it still was appropriate in a certain manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you really was trying to make light of the situation. And I appreciate him saying, well, I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't trying to tell him not to stay with his family, and I'm sorry. And he gave her the space to cry. And honestly, I appreciate that he gave her that. Like, he just took it. And to me, that's some man shit. That's why I said I like Chaotic, but I don't. Because I know he gonna do something problematic to make me not like him again. But this moment, I was like, I appreciate you, because that's some man shit. To be able to stand there and take the fact that you know on some slick shit, y'all don't really champion y'all homeboy to do the right thing. And at the end, because when he said that shit about, that's the only reason why she stopped talking to you. Like, boy, what are you talking about? That's a big reason. That's a big enough reason. And that's not the only thing. Okay? But anyway, I appreciate it. He was wrong, so he apologized. I appreciated that. Yes. I appreciate that he wasn't an ignorant nigga that decided to disrespect that lady when she was crying. Because I do feel like Bambi's emotions are 100% real. I don't think Bambi wants to divorce Scrappy. I think Bambi still loves Scrappy. I think they still have a lot of chemistry. And I think she just really wants him to do what he's supposed to do and do right by her. But he won't. And it's because he is one of them niggas that they don't want to be told what to do by other people. They would rather, I'm going to do what I want. You ain't going to tell me what to do. And it's like, but it's the right thing to do. Why are you having a hard time with this? And I really feel like it's because of his issues with Mama D. Like, you need to resolve that shit. You need to go to therapy. You need to talk it out. You need to get the fuck over it so you can stop making the women in your life pay for your anger towards your mama. And that's what it is. Sasha T, thank you for the super chat. Bondi, thank you so much for your content. It really helped me through undergrad, LSAT prep, and first year of law school. Stay blessed. Come on now. I love to hear it. I got my place and y'all doing y'all thing. I like that. Makai, thank you for the super chat, boo. Bambi proved why some people don't like her. She did something weird a minute ago. Light-skinned Keisha. Bambi did way too much. Chaotic handled it well. I understand where y'all coming from with that. I do. But I also feel like, y'all, why she can't be hurt? Like, I feel like she should be able to say to him, I don't like that y'all be like making excuses for him and making it seem like it's okay for him not to give a fuck about his family. Like, I feel like she had every right to say that, because even though she didn't see what Chaotic had fully said, he absolutely insinuated that Scrappy shouldn't be held accountable for talking to Diamond behind her back. And he wasn't just talking to Diamond, y'all. He was talking bad about Bambi to Diamond, which is a no-no, my nigga. That is a fucking no-no. You do not do that. And that's how you know you be on some bitch-ass nigga shit. You have no discipline. You have no respect. You have no accountability. You have no fucking boundaries. At the end of the day, you want to be a dirty dick nigga and be out here slinging it to your ex-girlfriend and whoever else can get it? Great. Do us a favor. Don't talk bad about the lady that's raising your 3 kids while you out in the streets doing it. Don't do that. That's not cool, bruh. And that's exactly what he did her. And in their argument at the end of the episode, I felt so hurt for her. Because you know how you can hear somebody like, nigga, why you can't just act right? Why you can't just act right? I just want you to act right. I just want you to act right. I want you to do what you say you're going to do. I want you to come home after you finish doing the gigs. I want you not to talk bad about me to other bitches in your DMs. I want you to be in control of yourself and not drunk and high all the fucking time. I want you to pay your bills. I want you to financially support me and our 3 kids. I want you not to allow us to lose the house. That's not too much to ask for what he has done by creating a family with this woman. To me, Scrappy is one of them niggas that really only wanted to be married so that they can have free reign to shoot your club up and use you to take care of them the way they feel like Mama D should have took care of them. That's what I feel like. I feel like Scrappy wants Bambi to fill the holes that Mama D did not fill with her parenting. I do. And I think it's unfair. Honestly, I think Scrappy is showing up a lot like Martell when it comes to this. Because I feel like the way Martell treats Melody has a lot to do with how he feels about his mom. And niggas never feel like they can have those conversations. What?
Why your pants unbuttoned?
Because
be naked, bro.
I'm not naked. They can't see it.
I know.
Why you gotta say it while I'm on camera? Ain't nobody knew my pants was
You
unbuttoned.
already took pictures of your pants unbuttoned.
Oh, I was showing my abs. That's what that was about. My abs look good, sir. But I did that because when you sit down in these short-ass jean shorts, they don't give. And you be cutting off the circulation to your thighs. Hence. But why you acting like you don't want me to show it now? Yeah, why he in here hating on me like he don't like to see it?
I can't even see nothing but your pants unbuttoned.
You said I posted it?
You did. You posted the picture. I mean, your pants was just unbuttoned. So.
Yeah, that's because the jean shorts, when you're sitting down, they cut off the circulation.
You said that while you're sitting down.
I did.
But you were standing up.
When I took the picture. But I had been sitting down before when I did it, sir.
I understand.
Like, what, do I have to explain this to you or something? What you need?
I don't need nothing.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. So as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my husband and his weird shit.
I'm weird.
Scrap. Yeah, you weird for making comments about it right now. Yeah, you are. It's very bad. I didn't. What are you talking about? I said what you laughed about. Why you laughing? It's just out the blue. You laughing? That's passive aggressive as fuck. Don't make me read you down in here, sir.
You can read me. You can read whatever you want. How about you button your pants up?
You know what?
Not now, because you're sitting down and it's cutting off your circulation.
Let me do what I wanted to do. How about this? How about that?
That makes a little more sense.
There, you happy? Was you gonna question me?
No, you was sitting down in your underwear and I was like, oh, but not, to fly with.
Yeah, he's just being aggravated right now. He just need my attention. I'm about to get off live. I'm almost done. You obviously do. Come in here with your passive aggressive giggling and shit.
I'll make sure I take a picture with my pants unzipped too. I got you. What do you think?
When you get a 4-pack, you can. Until then, keep that shit covered up. Now, if you want to take a picture with your shirt off, you could do that.
So I need a 4-pack to... Okay. Because, I mean, if I take my shirt off. It's showing the same. What you got?
Listen, you the one trying to be specific about these rules. I don't care what you show.
But you just said.
Yeah, don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me. That's what I mean. I look good. Don't embarrass me. That's what I mean. When you post your shit, make sure you look good and that you just not trying to do it to spite me. That's what I mean. Now, so Scrappy and Bambi. Please do. Please do. Make sure it look good. Okay? Make sure you Morris Chestnut and Denzel in the eyes when you take the picture, motherfucker. Okay? Get your good angles when you do it. Okay? Anyway, not loving YouTube. I can't stand y'all. Child, we not really fighting. Child, this is pent up sexual frustration between the two of us right now. He's sexually frustrated. Like he coming here messing with me. Okay? Anyway.
Well, I say you speaking truth from yourself, man. Yeah, we sexually frustrated and then you throw it on me. You sexually frustrated.
Oh, I mean, I didn't start with you. I was being sweet. I was being kind.
About you still having your pants unbuttoned from when I saw the picture.
But you wanted to mention, but y'all see how he had to mention.
I didn't even mention it. You asked me what I was saying. Did you say this?
I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. No. Don't tell me to get off this live and go fuck that man. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Leave me alone. Okay? Anyway, like I was saying, Scrappy and Bambi packing up their little house, and she was trying to be cordial. But she like, why you acting like you don't have a care in the world? He was like, I'm just trying to help you move. And it's like, nigga, you trying to help Ike. Ike ain't the motherfucker that need help. You the one that needed help paying your half of the rent. Okay? Like, that's what we needed help with. We needed help with the fucking rent, sir. Oh, Lord. She said he gonna say it take two people to mess up a marriage. Okay. So once Bambi takes responsibility for whatever she did, are you going to take responsibility for whatever you did? Because it feels like you're not. It feels like you only say that y'all both did shit so that you could not have to take accountability for the things that you do. That's what it felt like to me. Bambi said he brought other people into the relationship. He said that he didn't bring nobody else into the relationship. She brought somebody else into the relationship. Well, he didn't deny it. He said that she was the one that brought other people in the relationship, talking about her friends because they shit didn't work out. And I'm like, no, not really. I'm sorry. Y'all are literally packing up y'all house because you didn't pay your half of the rent. Sir. I don't know if you know, but that's a good enough reason. That's not a little bitty reason. That's not a small reason. Ain't nobody throwing away their family because they no longer want to be with you when they can be bad all by their fucking self. Like, I could do bad by myself, sir, without the stress. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to go ahead and leave. I'm going to move somewhere that you really can't come and live. So when you're not paying the rent, it's not going to fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was feeling like. Okay? She mentioned Diamond in the DMs, and she said that he was talking about how she's a fucked up person to Diamond. And I'm like, if Diamond fucking with him after all these years, and you see how this man ain't taking care of his responsibilities at fucking 40? Okay. Learn something, ma'am. Please have learned something. He gonna ask why she stayed with him. And she says, I didn't know you were talking bad about me at the time. Orchestrating meetups with your ex-girlfriend that your mama said, Cooch was, I don't believe that. But y'all talk real bad about that girl to circle the block on her. I'm just saying. Talk real bad about that girl. Okay? Then he says that she's just trying to make him look bad. I'm like, so when you can't flip it on her, now she's just trying to make you look bad? You not trying to make her look bad? I can't stand a motherfucker that can't have an argument that makes sense. Like, just keep moving the goalposts. Just keep pointing a finger. You don't want to take any accountability. Not once have you said, yeah, I fucked up. I'm sorry. But you only do that at certain moments. You never really want to be accountable. Y'all like to say that shit so y'all can fuck somebody again. So you can get back in their good graces. And then when it don't work, because it's the 15th time you done said the shit, now you want to act like nigga throwing their family away. Like, Y'all get Scrappy away from me. Get Scrappy away from me. He is disappointing. Disappointing. And last season, when he was on here talking about old Mama D, and I grew up in a trap house. I grew up in a whole house. Yeah, you was talking all that shit. Like you was gonna do something about it. And this when you realize people really like to figure out their trauma and then just use it against people so that they don't have to do any better. Marlo, anyone? Marlo, anyone? Auntie one. Because that's what she be like. Okay? You could say, Lyra, go on and let Bondy finish. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Don't be self-righteous now, Scrappy, when you know that she's moving because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Child Scrappy been a bum. A fine bum, but a bum nonetheless. That's normally how these things go. It's so upsetting. It's normally how it goes. Finger pointing is childish as fuck. What about what you did? Like, what? That's why I only stay where I can afford by myself. I know that's right. The argument made my head hurt. It made no sense on his end. It really didn't. Right, like Diamond must just want to show that she can have Scrappy. Yeah, probably. Which, that ain't no flex. He is 40 and he can't even take care of his family. That's not a flex. Like, dick is everywhere and abundant. Like, getting a nigga is not a flex. It's the quality of nigga that you get that is the flex. Does he take care of his responsibilities? Does he let life happen to him? Is he a bum? Is he in therapy working on his bum-ish ways? No. Well, you got decisions to make. Child, Glenn, Martell, Scrappy. There must be an ain't shit ninja playbook out there somewhere. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, girl. They pass it down. If you don't have a daddy to pass it down, it's your wayward uncle. There's always a wayward uncle to pass down stupid mindsets about shit. For real. I do feel like the lack of accountability in the community altogether, like what's expected of young men growing up and all of those things, the lack of accountability in childhood is why as adults these people cannot take care of their responsibilities. Like it is what it is. And I hate it because yeah, I mean he is a failed rapper, but Daryl's actually a really good rapper. And I'm disappointed. Him and Scrappy have a cute little problematic nigga song that they came out with that I feel like I can't fully support like I would like to. Because y'all so damn problematic. Are y'all gonna take care of y'all children with that money or y'all are gonna spend it on stupid chains like y'all like to do? This is what people be talking about when they say y'all not building shit. So hear me out. Somebody called themselves trying to come at me sideways because I mentioned Cynthia G in my Ooh Ladies first panel. Talking about, oh, Bondy might want to mention her because she got her 100K, but the other lady should be careful. First of all, they don't even follow her and they don't watch her. I follow her. I watch her. I like her content. I'm also married to a black man and would not be out here aborting any babies. So I don't know where y'all came from with that comment, but y'all got blocked. But either way, this is what the fuck Cynthia always talking about with y'all. Okay, this stuff right here. This is exactly what she be talking about. The type of mentality that is put into young black boys growing up that teaches them they don't have to do what they're supposed to do when it comes to cleaning up, taking care of their households, managing things. They don't have to be responsible for any of those things, especially if they have a sister. Scrappy had a sister. So I'm sure that the sister was the one that had more responsibility, especially the way Mama D never held Scrappy accountable and used to push for him to be disrespectful to the women in his life. Wanted him to be some type of player pimp. Now she gonna act like she ain't did all of that shit now that she old. Girl, Cynthia makes a lot of fucking sense when you put people like this into perspective and how this is like an overall generalization. And it is because you have got to stop believing that because somebody is a boy that they don't have certain responsibilities. You have got to stop training them to feel like that. You have got to stop holding girls and women responsible for everything and blaming them for everything too, while still telling them that they need to find some nigga to lead them. How about y'all build these niggas to lead then? Like, help us out. Help us out. That's what y'all want. Help us out. But stop telling people to let motherfuckers lead. And motherfuckers be out here not paying taxes, losing houses, not paying rent. Bambi's the one managing their household. To me, Bambi, you need to explain to me how you managing a household, but y'all paying the rent separately. How did that happen, Bambi? Because that don't make no sense to me. If you managing everything, that means that you should have been getting his portion of the money. What it sounds like to me is you knew he couldn't pay it and decided just to go ahead and let the place go and move into something else that you could afford on your own when you figured out you was ready to leave. And I don't think you was really ready to leave until you saw that diamond shit. And then that was what hurt you enough to make you be like, you know what? I can't take this type of disrespect. I gotta go. I gotta leave. You not helping financially. You disrespectful. And then you talking bad about me to your ex-girlfriend in your fucking DMs, while leaving me to be mostly responsible for our kids. Then I gotta be arguing back and forth with your other baby mama and her child, because don't nobody want to hold you accountable for how ain't shit you are. Because let's not forget about that situation with Erica and Bambi, where I feel like if Scrappy was ever being a full-grown man in that situation, the women in his life would not be in turmoil the way they are. But because he set forth no boundaries, because he does not set the precedent in how everybody should be treated and how everybody should act. And that's what people don't understand. You want to be a man talking about leading, then you need to handle yourself a certain way, regardless of how everybody around you is handling themselves. And the fact that y'all niggas always want to throw in somebody's face what everybody else is doing, didn't y'all mamas teach y'all whenever y'all tried to throw that in her face? Oh, so because everybody else is jumping off the bridge, you gonna jump off the bridge too? And it's to teach you not to go along with doing shit you know not right just because everybody else is doing it. And a lot of y'all like to do that. But then again, y'all, his mama is Deborah, Mama D. These mamas don't teach their kids this. I'm not exactly sure why. I know why. Because y'all like to make little men out of y'all sons. Y'all like to, y'all, the love that y'all can't give to some nigga, y'all feel like that's the love y'all should give to y'all kids, y'all sons. The problem with that is coddling and love are not the same thing, but y'all don't understand that. Just like not wanting people to be responsible for their mistakes. So you keep paying for their mistakes over and over again, they never learn. Just dig a hole deeper. At some point, you just gonna have to let them, deal with their own shit. What you gonna do? So yeah. That's all I got to say about it. You know what I'm saying? These men will mess around and lead a woman straight to hell. I'm married to a black man. I still listen to Cynthia G. She is giving out the game for free, and folks don't even realize it. Like, oh, let me read the rest of y'all comments. God, lyric. Y'all, I'm gonna keep fucking with him because he feel like he want me to fuck with him. That's what it feel like. I'm married. I listen to her too. Right. And it's not even just being married, but being married to a black man. You know what I'm saying? Bambi knows she's been taking care of their bills a long time. Oh, yeah. It feel like he ain't never been financially responsible. And she was okay with that because they was on the show. And he used to throw that shit in Erica's face all the time. You don't financially do what you supposed to do, and you think the fact that she getting a check from Love and Hip Hop supposed to supplement you doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing by your child. See, Bambi, you should have been paying attention to the shit that Erica was saying. But Erica was too busy throwing it in your face that she was still fucking him in hotel rooms and getting her cooch ate, which was her mistake. Because if you realized he wasn't shit, that shouldn't be something you proud of. Keep that to yourself. Like, what? Rent money, bill money automatically goes on the joint account. That's how we work around here, girl. Look, I'm like you. Mine ain't like that. That's how I feel. Mine ain't like that, but I still see the rest of y'all. I can still see the rest of y'all. Okay? I watched the High Power podcast as well. She's on another vibe. In a good way. I'd be interested to hear what you think about her points. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Is she on YouTube too? Why are you 100% on point tonight? Child, sometimes I just be firing on all cylinders. It depends on what I went through that day. they live above their means to keep up with the Joneses when they don't have the that much money. I don't understand why they weren't letting Rashida and Kirk kind of help them with this, because I feel like if anybody made they bank also through real estate and made sure that they maintained owning a home the whole time they've been on Love and Hip Hop, it's Kirk and Rashida Frost. So if there was anything to learn from them, y'all should have been paying attention in that area. It's real weird to me that at 40 years old, Scrappy has been on reality TV having all this money moving through his hands at different times, and he has built nothing for his family. He got 3 kids, he got a wife, but he hasn't built anything for them that they can reach for. And that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, y'all. That's so unfortunate. It makes me feel like, nigga, if somebody made you work a regular job, would you have built something by now? Would you at least have a solidified 401k and be able to provide health insurance for your children? Because we're forgetting that he probably doesn't provide health insurance either. Fucking kids on Medicaid. Yeah, Scrappy is like Marlo. He just don't want to listen to sound advice. And I think there are a lot of like black men out there that don't listen to sound advice and spend their whole life procrastinating and not doing what they supposed to do. And they're not going to figure it out until it's too late. They're going to be old and ain't nobody going to fucking care or want them. And then all of a sudden, yeah, I should have been doing different. I should have made different decisions. But I was too hard-headed. I ain't want to listen. They tried to tell me. But I just cared about my own feelings. Too worried about, people telling me what to do. Yeah, we know. Like, Kirk said it, y'all. This episode, Kirk said, he was like, it's a story I've seen before. I'm like, we all have, Kirk. We all have, Kirk. We so glad that you and your Steve Harvey lining figured it out and didn't lose Rashida. But I really do think the wealth that y'all have built is probably one of the main reasons why you stayed in that relationship. Because Rashida been a gold mine from jump. And not in a way, not in a candy way. But still, on her own level, I don't think Kirk would have been as successful without Rashida. I just don't. I'm sorry. I think Rashida would have been able to be successful without Kirk, though. Because it's built off of her talent and her being beautiful. So it's shit that she had beside, without him. His career was being her manager. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else y'all got, But y'all both have business acumen. Y'all got business acumen. Whatever they call it, girl. So, this is what y'all get at night. So just deal with it, okay? Some of her points, though, is like, but also, I'm sorry. I know I be doing. Scrappy has 4 kids. Yeah, he has 4 kids. I mean the 3 with Bam, though. That's what I mean. And honestly, like, we already know Erica is over there taking care of you money, probably by herself. Don't want to do what they supposed to do because they want to do what they want to do. And they also don't want to have to do shit that inconveniences them. That comes from that selfish shit. Like, I don't feel like doing it, so I don't want to do it. And I'm not going to do it just because you want me to do it because I'm trying to spite you. Like, nigga, why? For what? Always in your motherfucking feelings, but they're going to talk about women are emotional. Like, okay. Okay, sir. All right, then. Y'all be cool. Cynthia's points are the same as everyone else. I mean, in my mind, I feel like we all be, like, relatively saying the same shit. Agree, we like Rashida more than him in 3 earrings. Child, that's type of girl you want to chew all on my bubblegum. And the business are majority her ideas. And once he shot down, like Pressed, she had to push so hard to make Pressed happen. Kirk wouldn't survive without Rashida. Child, I don't think so. Said Kirk is just Kirk. Okay. Man, child. Erica said he don't give her nothing. She just stopped making noise. She did everything. Oh, we already know, girl. We already know. Which is why it annoys me that you and Bam find a reason to argue when y'all have the same plight. You were so on point about what you said about DC Young Fly, his baby mom's funeral. Child. I appreciate that, but people, how they be, y'all. Y'all know. Everybody be, oh my God, why are you saying this very honest thing that makes us uncomfortable right now? Spices cause a lot of men to lose every spite. Yes. Meanwhile, you acting more like a bitch than me. Okay. Most of those men are emotionally stunted. Women are emotional, but hey, I'm emotional too. That's why I relate to women so well. I don't think there's anything. I think most people are like they have emotions. The thing about men is y'all are trained so well to not recognize or speak your emotions that at some point you just feel the ramifications of your feelings, but you don't know what you're feeling them for. And I think that even more frustrates you. She's still blocking people today for that 3-year ring shit. Spending money on weed, chains, hotel rooms, and Henny, but can't take care of your kids. Girl, bye. It doesn't make sense for him to be high in every scene and you don't take care of your responsibilities. It really doesn't. Like, I'm just saying, y'all, I own this house. Like, I don't know if you guys know this mortgage, it always gets paid. Okay. Rashida is friends with Smart Candy, so she would make sure to still have money left. Oh, yeah. What you say, Monty? I missed it. No, what I did. Okay. I've dealt with men like Scrappy. They never want to take accountability. They're exhausting. Princella High Power Podcast talks about the male nature and how we should reevaluate whether men should or could really lead. I don't think just because somebody is a man, they should lead. I think that's a lie. I think that's stupid too. Because it's like, what more evidence do you need? Like, how much more evidence do you need that just because you have a penis, that does not mean you should be leading something? Like, where are we? Oh, what I said about DC? Y'all go watch my video. Y'all go watch my video. I ain't really say nothing about him at the funeral. I more so said that I feel like they, not really him, but they made her funeral about him and not about her. It wasn't like specifically him. But I also said I feel like he, as a person, I don't think that he really had an appreciation for her, because a lot of those men don't have an appreciation for women as a person. So they don't know how to speak on her as a beautiful individual and what type of woman she was. They only know how to speak on her as it pertains to themselves. So she was a good mother, or I enjoyed having sex with her. You know, she was beautiful. But because they, you know what I'm saying, because they have not really been trained or raised or socialized to have real friendships with women that aren't based on trying to fuck those women, a lot of the value that they would have in a woman, especially like, you know, when they're at this stage, still early, still young, like, I don't think that the daddy wasn't even talking about his daughter, talking about his love of white women. Like, and you know, excusing his love of white women. Like, I don't know why anybody asked him to do that. Oh, you hit the nail on the head. My son's father was always talking about how he don't have time to do everything with such an inconvenience. I told his ass being a parent is all about inconvenience. It is. Like, I don't know what you think. Men are just as emotional as women. They just react in anger and spite as opposed to sadness. Exactly. I know a nigga right now being so spiteful is ridiculous. It's like, you really gonna be out here letting your daughter, you know, suffer because you're trying to spite her mom. Wow. Just wow. Anyway, all he could speak about was her. He wanted more kids. He never really connected with her outside of what she could do. Yeah, and that's kind of normal when you think about it. A lot of these dudes don't form real relationships with their women. It's just all about, I want to fuck you and you look good and you make me look good to other niggas. But they don't have real friendships with those women. I told my sis as much weed she smokes, she should get into the cannabis industry. She has a degree instead of, oh, all right, that's what's up. Child, I would love to get into the cannabis business. Why your Scrappy voice sound like Marlo? Because it's similar. Yes, blind leading the blind for sure. I like both of them. They need to get their life. She ain't no better than him either. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And I feel like so often we really try to equalize women. Just because they're complicit, it doesn't mean they're doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because someone loves someone that's fucked up, it doesn't mean that they're fucked up too. Not all the time, you know, especially when men are narcissistic and they love bomb and they dickmatize and they give you what you need at certain moments and then they snatch it away. Let's not forget, there have been times that Scrappy has done what he was supposed to do and he made it a point to post it on social media so he can use it for future reference. So he wouldn't have to keep it up, but so that he could use it to prove that he's doing it to us. Because all that matters is how we feel about how he looks. It doesn't matter how he actually is. Yanni gave a great breakdown right now how he was talking to her crazy on her live. Yeah, I saw her video too. I want all the New Yorkers off the show. They throw the vibe off. Either bring back the original Love and Hip Hop or give it a break. Okay? That makes total sense. DC refers to Jesus as Yeshua and all that jazz. The pink rib clothes there. Child. I was like, pink ribs? What? Y'all know I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to tell y'all, I don't think we came from your rib. I think that's insane. Like, I think that you came from our womb, like we see every day when bitches have babies. Like, I'm gonna need for your religion not to contradict like life. That's all. I really like Scrappy until I see how he treats Bambi, which is crazy because he was trying to give Safari advice. Because at that time he was in a better space with her. He was at home a little bit more. I think when they went on that Millennium tour, I think whenever he goes out into the public eye, he starts to get full of himself. And it makes him feel like he doesn't need to do the things that he does to keep Bambi happy at home. He just neglects her when he starts to get into a good space financially. Why is he getting... Why? Alexa, stop. At that point, give up your rights because you're going to stay mad if the BM don't want to be bothered. For real. And that's really how it is. I love you too. Right, I noticed that he kept saying the queen of my kids instead of saying love of his life. I was like, wow. It was weird. Like, it was just all weird. Those men need the Lenny treatment of mice and men. Oh, wow. Yikes. It is real weirdo that he said he didn't know the Bible was talking about pink rib. I know. I was like, what are we talking? Why are you talking about this at your daughter's funeral? It was a way for him to keep her down with all the Christian stuff. Yeah, I don't abide. Like, all of that shit scares me. Whenever niggas that live secular lives speak, so heavily and preach Christianity so heavily, I find bullshit in it. I'm sorry. It's just like you can pray all you want to. You can get down on one knee and pray all you want to. But in the way you live your life, I see you act outside of the rule book that is made for people who feel the way you do. I feel like you're not, you're conflicting. You had 3 kids with that lady. You didn't marry her, and you're gonna keep telling me about Jesus and God and all of that. Yeah, I don't know. It don't feel like you doing it. I don't feel like that. They leave him. Leave him. Don't let somebody keep doing you crazy. I do understand that. Now they posting. I saw that. I was like, I wish they would let him grieve in private so everybody can stop like, dissecting his grieving process. Because I don't even like doing that. Like, I don't like dissecting nobody's grieving process because you never know what grief looks like to anybody. But I'm not going to ignore the fact that I feel like, like a lot of young black men, they don't know how to relate to the women that they're in relationships with. And when those women are no longer of value to them, they don't always know how to communicate what they loved about them or what they cared for about them. Because a lot of it was about what that woman could do for them. And that's just a societal thing. That's not speaking bad on, DC or anything. It's just the way a lot of young men experience their relationships, especially if they have money and, they get a girl that they can, give a certain lifestyle to and all of that. Child. Not him singing, child. I want Love and Hip Hop Hollywood back. I know, I miss them. I think he keeps running back to Diamond because she makes him feel superior like Coleslaw does with Martell. I don't know why. I actually saw Scrappy at the Millennium Tour. He was wilding the fuck out on what do you think? Okay? What do you think? I think everybody be wilding. Jackie O's dad was giving, he didn't raise her either because he had nothing positive to say about his daughter. Child, her existence was all about, him showing he could make a beautiful mixed baby, if you ask me. Funny thing is, Erica mentioned Scrappy messing with Diamond on tour when he was first out in Carlos King interview and alluded to her being underage. What? Now he goes back on tour with her. It happens again. Child, they used to be together. They used to go together. I don't like that the funeral was made public, so some things should be private, but privacy doesn't exist anymore. I know. I feel like a lot of that shit should have been private so we wouldn't be able to dissect it. Because it's hard not to see it when you see it, Like, it's not well, but I don't want blame a whole group. All these organized religions seem grifty. I feel like all of them are. I'm sorry. I feel like, because I feel like they can be used to control people. So it just, if everybody realizes that it can be used to control people, that's what they're going to do with it, Social media gave DC 2 to 3 business days to grieve after he posted he wanted pride. Not 2 to 3 business days. He didn't even marry her. He just stuck her with 3 babies, child. Not really. Where's Rashida's father at, child? Probably somewhere, eyes wide. I hate when people weaponize God as a form of control. Meanwhile, they're living their lives any which way. They mad, the Lord so mad. Yeah. That's what it be feeling like. Scrappy said the things Diamond said made him feel good. So he likes to get his ego stroked. And he absolutely doesn't like to hear when he's wrong or when he's fucked up. So anybody that's going to hold him accountable, he's not going to reach out to those people. Yes, don't broadcast my shit. I don't fuck with all these people. Okay? Listen, I don't know these people. Diamond isn't as successful as Scrappy. She doesn't require as much as Bambi does or as Erica did. She's easier to deal with. Yeah, you ain't got no kid with her. Of course she doesn't require as much. You're not giving as much space to disappoint her. Scrappy want to do this again with Diamond. What is he going to do when she cheat on him with Soulja Boy? I hope that's not what happened. With her mom, cause she still want Rashida daddy. Child, that's hilarious. It do feel like Rashida mama still want his the daddy. Rashida has a strong relationship with her father. They had him on the show. I think that's why that person asked that. That's false. Diamond is very successful. Okay, I'm just reading comments. I'm not saying, I'm just reading comments, y'all. I don't know what Diamond do over there. I know her wig was given. Oh, I miss when y'all used to have like twists and locks and stuff. I come in the club, shaking my dress, throwing these bowls and busting these heads. Bitches up relevant. This is my personal death. Come up, I leave you a leg. Leaving a crying, leaving a trace, leaving a line with me ducking that bucket because I got a 9 to 3. Wait, because you wasting my time. Stupid as thing because I know what to do. I waste your ass. You fuck with my. I'm sorry, y'all. Child, just be going over. Okay? Look, if you book. Okay, stilettos, pumps in the club. And stiletto, pumps in the club. Get crunk on that down when you see me because I'm coming up fresh. Run with the realest, you feel me? So you should call me the best. I can't let Jazzy act nasty with my stiletto heels on. But if a hoe say something, trust me, then her hair will get thrown. I'm turning heads left and right, so say you see that one back out the cup. Look. Fucking up the lyrics. Y'all know what it is, okay? Anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.